Reno's.
You remember you got me last time on this show? I'm coming out guns blazing.
He was ready. He was ready.
You had one in the whole
Reno's got an executive platinum face.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Really?
when you go to the airport, you see the guy coming up as they start boarding. It's like, oh, this guy's got the miles.
He's got the miles.
I got some miles.
Right this way.
On my face, but not on my. American screwed me. I don't mean to get into this.
I used
now.
to fly American all the time. I stopped.
Dude,
Oh, really?
They said they were like, you didn't fly enough in the last 2 years. I was like, neither did you, Dick. It was COVID.
It was COVID.
Like, what are you
Nothing-
talking? You didn't have flights that I could have taken.
Yeah.
Did that happen to you?
Well, I was executive platinum for like the last, I don't know, like 15 years. And then I live in Nashville now, so I've been flying Southwest. But because I hit like 3 million miles a few years ago or something, I'm close to 4, I'm permanent gold.
Yeah.
So I've earned gold status. But now I just fly to American when I go to LA.
Yeah.
Or when I just say, you know what, fuck it, let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
That's what it's like to fly American.
It is.
Southwest is pretty dependable.
They are.
And I fly them now all the time, and I'm enjoying A-list preferred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do enjoy A-list preferred. Yeah. I fly Southwest all the time.
But American was your airline
It was.
before?
Yeah, it was Delta.
Yeah, you did.
I fly Southwest all the time, and a fly comes out of my mouth. They're
my
great,
pets.
man. It's clean.
Now, Chance, have you signed up for? Have you enrolled with carrier?
I've enrolled with Southwest, I guess.
You have to.
That's the only thing.
Do
Out of-
all
out
of
of
them.
Nashville,
Do all
yeah,
of them?
Do all of them.
Sign up for all of them.
Because I always think I'm gonna always fly Southwest, and then sometimes when I work with other people and they kind of like they book or endorse your travel, it'll be through another
Sure, yeah.
airline, and then I can't claim the points, or I'm not working towards anything. I need to get like one of those, I guess. I don't know. Maddie does the Delta American Express thing. And
See,
that's
I do that too.
Yeah, I just like that lounge, the Delta lounge.
Well,
It's
now they
something else,
have-
man.
if you
That's
go
a different
through-
airport experience.
It is.
It
like
is.
Miami, if you have the platinum card, which is like $400 a month or
Yeah.
a year, you can get into the Centurion, and it doesn't matter what you're flying. But the Delta, you have to.
It's at LaGuardia. They have a good one.
Yeah, they do.
Centurion, yeah.
I love those things.
This is like.
Yeah, this is the
People
airport.
are like, what are they? Yeah,
Airport
but
talk.
even hotels, you got to sign up for all those.
Yeah,
Build
Yeah.
up your points, get some free rooms, then
Right.
you and your girl get to take a vacation.
Yep.
exactly.
Paid vacation.
Yep.
Paid vacation, baby.
And then I found a good. I'm not endorsing it or whatever, but Hotels Tonight. My buddy told me about this app. What the fuck? It was like
I know, dude. That's
There's
the one
no
that came out of
fruit
my
here.
mouth.
It's a comedy club. There's no fruit. No comic is eating fruit.
The
But,
Mummy Returns.
but Hotels Tonight is a great app when you're looking for something that day.
Yeah.
So now I just fly into New York. I go to Hotels Tonight, and they're like, "Where are you staying?" I'm like, "Give me 1 second." Here we go, right there.
Yeah.
And it's great because they find the hotels that have vacancies that are great, and they slash the price because they want the vacancy. They want it filled.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
Oh, that's smart. Download that. I use that
found some
kayak
good
right
rooms.
now, but I feel like I can't find any deals on flights. They're just like they've skyrocketed.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just the way it's going to be for a little bit. You know?
If it's within 6, 7, 8 hours, I'll drive.
Yeah,
Unless there's a direct flight.
I know. That's how
4
it just-
hours is my tops.
Dude, I'll go. As long. No matter what airplane I'm on.
Yeah.
It feels like it will not. If I have a layover, I'm done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can't, and especially flying out day of.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
I had a layover in Dallas, and you know that airport. I mean, you gotta get on the
train
tram.
around.
Yeah.
And I was flying there, and I saw, okay, I land in C, and my flight takes off in C. Oh, this is great. And I have an hour. Perfect. Of course, the flight's delayed. I'm checking in. I'm like, okay, we're good. And then land in Dallas, turn on the phone. I switch to A, and now I got like 40 minutes to make my flight. And it's just like, that'll just ruin your day.
Yeah.
It ruins everything.
Yeah.
Fucking awful.
And I don't drink anymore, so
They
that's
just
really
gotta-
ruined.
The
just gotta-
airport's super fun. for
It's-
you.
yeah,
You're having a ball.
Daddy, why do you
Like
always hit me when you come home? I gotta take it out somebody. I can't drink anymore. Daddy was at DFW.
Have you met your mother? I'm just kidding. I've already
Baby.
I've already been to court for this one.
All right, here we go. Let's get into it. Number one. Oh, okay. This is a name we haven't had on the show yet. Kyle Kinane,
Hey, Kyle Kinane.
the voice of Comedy Central. Any thoughts on Kyle Kinane?
I worked with him here one time. He was a great dude.
Yeah.
Super funny.
You?
His first and last name start with the same letter. I don't know.
I don't want to know what his middle
I
name is.
don't know. I don't know Kyle.
Kyle
I
Karen
may
Kinane?
after I see his face. I don't. Kyle. Okay.
Hey, the Grand Wizard, what's up, dude?
Is that him?
That's Kyle. Yeah,
That's
he
Kyle.
was the voice of Comedy Central for so many years. Talented comic. I only ran into him once. Of all the times I've been out there, we ran into each other in Montreal. I know he likes drinking, so I was like, "Hey, man, what's up?" He's like, "Hey," I was like, "You want to do a shot of whiskey?" He's like, "Yeah." So we went over. I ordered a shot. We did the shot. Then he just walked away. I was like, "Okay, good hanging, man."
Yeah.
But
Well, let's shred this guy.
I've heard good things about him.
Yeah, he rules.
I've heard bits. I think he's very funny. So let's. This is obviously Comedy on State. I think, right? That's the background from Comedy on State in
Yeah, it is.
Madison, Wisconsin.
We went there.
Here we go.
No, thanks. I knew it was coming back here. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to record a thing here. So just keep that in mind that if it doesn't go well, it'll be your fault. I'm like, I'm come back to the Midwest to record a thing because I can rely on the Midwest because I'm from the Midwest and I understand it because this is the part of the country that likes to tell you that there's no such thing as shortcuts in life. They remind you there's no such thing as a shortcut in life. And then in the same breath, somebody will tell you how much the Powerball is up to. Yeah, these are my people. These are my people. There's no substitution for hard work. Remember, like, I was 100 million, you'd be stupid not to get a ticket. You'd be a damn dumbass not by it. I put my whole paycheck on this one, now that the odds are even less in my favor. I don't understand why the people that play lottery aren't more afraid of lightning. Like, if you believe in those odds, shouldn't you be like... I got $20 on the pick 5. Is that a storm? Oh, shit. Why do you only believe in good luck?
Great.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude, I like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
that's
think he's good, man.
solid
joke.
bits, great bits.
Yeah.
The lottery one almost reminds me of like a Mitch Hedberg joke.
Yeah.
It's just like perfect setup. Just the economy of words, just to get to it so quickly.
Right.
I loved it.
Yeah, if you did that in Mitch Hedberg's voice, it would play. It's a Hedberg joke for sure. I
It's
like
all-
the turn too. Yeah.
It's like a lottery joke. It's got to be good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I was going, and I was like, okay. I have never heard that, never
Yeah.
thought that way,
Yeah.
never loved it. I thought he was really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play even when the odds are less in my favor.
Right.
Great line. And yeah, I mean, I like the fact that he just starts.
Yeah.
And within 30 seconds, he's already leaning against the wall.
Right.
He's already gassed. It's like, you just started.
He's already over it.
I have had it with this whole thing. I'm exhausted.
But he got the laugh, and he was comfortable out of the gates.
Yeah, exactly. And he got excited about the turn and the joke. You could tell with the lightning thing. Because at the beginning, it's like, this is a road joke. This is like a little joke about the lottery. But the turn is like, oh, this is like a thoughtful examination of how poor people think.
Right.
But defining the Midwest in that way was really fun.
For sure.
Yeah, playing the power, no shortcuts in life, Powerball. It was like to tether that. I don't know. I just really like the structure. I like obviously I love his. I love his stage presence.
Yeah, I did
Just
too.
a little
Yeah.
more. He's the guy you have a drink with at a dive bar.
Yeah.
For sure.
And he knows all the cool bands that just came out. That
Right.
songs you don't even know. You'll know about them in 2 years. Like
Right.
that's what he reminds me of. Again, I don't know him that well, but he's
Yeah, he
just-
seems like a guy you drink till like 3:00 in the morning with. Be like, I'm gonna be at your wedding, and then never see him again.
Or you,
Yeah,
or you
like
buy
that.
him a shot and he just leaves. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say the coolest guy for 24 hours, and then I was like, oh, the coolest guy for 2 minutes.
He wanted
Take what you get.
he just took it so matter of fact. You want to do a shot? Yes, that's all I'm going to
I
do.
would
though.
like to do
That's
a
it.
shot.
Maybe he thought I was a fan and didn't know I was a comic. Now that I think about it, I'm like, no, I do what you do. Okay, fuck it.
I do what you do. We do the same thing, man.
Yeah, we're on the same network.
Do we? Do we?
Yeah, great joke.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. And I know that I don't know. He seems to be like a favorite of a lot of people that work in comedy clubs.
Yeah.
I hear his name constantly from sound guys or wait staff.
Yeah.
So that's always, I think, to me, a testament of how talented he is when you hear staff talk about somebody.
Dude, when I started out, I was working at the Punchline in Atlanta, and if you came through and the next week people were still doing your bits, the waitresses and the waiters and the cooks and everything,
Oh, yeah.
you blew the doors off the place. Like Brian Regan would come through and people would talk like him.
It's the sun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the big yellow one's a son. Like for a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's how I'd be like, okay, this guy has it. And then somebody come through and people couldn't wait. You know?
Yeah, I remember Sebastian Maniscalco when he first started at the Comedy Store. He had this bit about a man ordering an apple martini, and he would set it up, and then he'd go, "An apple martini," and so for years we would see each other and go, "Apple martini."
Yeah.
And so when he blows up, it's like, oh, yeah, of course. Everybody else finally caught on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like those earworms. He's the guy too. We talk about like young new open micers like copying somebody's voice. He's like some people will do him now.
Yeah,
the Kyle
yeah.
Kinane kind of thing. I can't. It's more about the aesthetic. They're like punk rock guys, but they're telling you how it is. So I think
Yeah.
that's always like that shows how influential somebody can be too. If people are copying you, imitation's the
Oh,
best
for
form of
sure, yeah.
flattery, I guess. But
There used to be, and I don't even know if he does stand-up anymore, Anthony Clark.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember him? And he used to talk where it sounded like a question. Like he'd be like, we went and had this dog, and I don't know if I covered it. You know what I mean?
Like a Jeremy Hotz.
Yeah, dude, they actually almost did a sitcom together, and they were both the same. And
Same delivery, yeah.
Anthony
Same
told me
guy.
the story. They go in to pitch it to like Will Smith's company or whatever, and Jeremy's so neurotic, and they're sitting there pitching the
You
show.
mean Jewish?
I wasn't aware of that.
They can be a little neurotic. Have you ever seen Seinfeld?
No, but I know Kramer.
call back.
What was your line about Kramer?
My uncle. Oh,
Started
God,
taping.
are
This
you
is so
serious?
good. I fucking love it. It's a
My
great joke.
uncle, it was years ago, and my uncle, I used to always tell him how much I love Seinfeld, and he was like, I don't care for it. I don't get it, and it's too much. He's real. I don't get it. I don't understand what the hell's going on. Then he called me. He's like, all right, I understand. That guy's funny. And I go, you finally started watching Seinfeld? He goes, no. Have you seen that video of him at the Laugh Factory? I'll be in Indiana this weekend, and then in Bristol. Oh no! But so they're pitching the show, and like 2 minutes into the pitch, Jeremy Hotz looked at everybody and goes, "I think I have throat cancer," and he got up and walked out and left. And
No.
and Anthony's like, "Whoa, what are we?
Oh.
What are?" And he did it just kind of joking, like he didn't want to be in there.
Yeah.
and just bailed.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Or it's almost like, do you commit to the joke that hard?
Yeah.
Or just like fucking go?
I've seen Jeremy Hotz, especially in Montreal, but even anywhere, he can destroy
For
a
sure.
room. And
Yeah.
Anthony Clark was like that too. I would sit in the back watching him, like when I was bartending, and just be like, I've never seen anybody kill like this.
Anthony Clark, 2 syndicated shows,
Yeah.
and nobody's heard of it. I haven't heard his name for a long time until you brought it up. And you forget, it's like he was on Yes Dear, and then he had a show with Dan Aykroyd for a while.
And he had that show that was on, that was Soul Man. Then he had that show that was on for a long time with the bald guy that was in 28 Days and Michael, oh God, what was his name?
Yes Dear?
Was
Boston
that Yes
Common?
Dear?
The show I mentioned?
Boss, oh, it is, isn't it? I'll see you guys later on.
He'll be in Bristol, this weekend,
Indiana.
and next weekend he'll be in Indiana.
No, but have you seen him at the Laugh Factory?
Anthony Clark always had a great joke. I mean, he's got so many, but he's like, my town is so boring and so slow. I'm butchering it, but he's like,
get
if
a terminal disease.
If you have one day left to live, go there, because one day will seem like an eternity.
Every day, yeah.
Every day seems like an eternity.
And he did this thing. He said, I got in trouble for I was feeding our cow. and I was trying to give him a hamburger. And I'm like, eat it, you stupid cow. Like, it was so silly. He got me my first manager. I met him at the Punchline, and he got me my first manager and got me my first showcase a week.
Shit.
I'd been in LA for a week, and I was a regular at the Improv because of him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's great.
Great dude.
But you also had the goods. Obviously, he wouldn't vouch for you.
Yeah, but I mean, still, it was. You know how you need that little. Everybody needs that
when you
one
first
little.
moved there, too.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
know anybody except a couple comics.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, lots of love to Anthony Clark. Let's go to number 2, and we appreciate Kyle Kinane. Who is this? Oh,
Chris
yeah.
Porter.
Chris
The man.
Porter.
Me too.
Any thoughts on Chris Porter?
Love that guy.
I think he's hysterical. He
Love him.
He gets. I don't know. He kills me sometimes. Like, and I haven't seen him in years, but there's something about his flow that I just kind of hop on and ride with him. You
He's
know?
a cool guy.
He is
He
a
is a
great
cool
guy. He's
guy.
like friends with the Black Crows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like hangs out with them all the time.
First time I
and-
met him, he was back there with Kid Rock, and he was sitting there playing guitar, playing a John Prine song. I thought he was a musician.
Yeah.
Wait,
I was
Chris-
like, who's this cool guy?
Chris could be a musician, for sure. Have
sure.
you heard him sing?
Yeah.
Fucking off the charts.
Yeah, he's great.
Extremely talented.
Yeah.
He could, I don't know, maybe he's as good of a singer as he is a comic, and that's saying a lot because he's a phenomenal comic. I think he's one of the more underrated comics working and
For
a total
sure.
road dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think does he still have a special on Netflix? I think he's got one on there. You should go check out Chris Porter on Netflix
and then
because
he-
he really is good.
And then he just self-released one, I think.
Yes. Okay, yeah,
he
we'll check that
just
one out for
taped it.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he's a guy that constantly churns up material, constantly working. He's huge into CrossFit and doesn't mind taking his shirt off, which I'm kind of like not cool
It
with.
could go either way, but I appreciate
Yeah.
the confidence, but it's a little gay.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I mean, here we go.
Nobody wants to see somebody
Now we're
ripped
kissing in the hallway.
with the face of a 5 or 6 with an astigmatism. Right. You know, it's like up here, but then down here it's like superhero, like Josh Wolf.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wolf is like fucking superhero
He's a
jacked. and then
beast.
he's like,
You never see his legs and you never see his hair. You know what I mean? I'm like, at least you gotta at least put your calves in that picture.
but when you're a 7 and you got a hot body, does that make you like an 8?
It's
or
sure
you still,
it definitely bumps you up. The confidence.
Yeah.
Josh Wolf has like that, I'm on a little bit of mushrooms confidence right now, where he's just like.
Do you know why?
You know what?
Do you know why he has?
I love it. I love it.
Dude, I love him
it.
too. I think he's funny. I think he's one. I love that dude.
He's one of the most inclusive comics you'll ever come across. When you're
Really?
on stage with him, you genuinely feel like you're in great hands.
Yes.
He will laugh alongside you. He will empt the joke for you. He'll do whatever it takes. He's a great teammate on stage.
Yeah,
That's how I'd
For
put it.
sure.
And he's
Yes.
funny. I mean, dude, we write so differently, but when there's something about him, his aura
down to
or
earth.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's never holier than thou or better than the crowd.
No.
He's the perfect representative of the crowd. He's just one of us, but he's not because he's that talented.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But,
he's got that thing. Like his jokes are good, but he's got that thing you can't learn how to do. Like you want to like him when
Yeah.
you see him on stage. Like
Yeah.
I want to like that guy. He's got that.
He doesn't
magnetism.
bash. He doesn't bash other dudes.
No.
You don't never hear
Very
him
positive.
like bag. Yeah, I like him. I think he's a great dude.
Well, it was fun talking about Josh Wolf as you watch Chris Porter.
now Chris Porter on Flat Earthers. Chris Porter had a great
But
joke. where
kindred spirits.
He said at the Ryman, he said that vaccine or COVID-19 tests are like 45% accurate. He said a guess is 50% accurate.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
What a great line.
it's
Holy
really
shit.
good. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Chris Porter.
How many science classes do you have to fail before that even comes into the realm of possibility for your half incestual ass?
What's he talking?
Flat Earth. I
Even
think.
the
Oh, flat
thought
Earth,
that
flat Earth,
Columbus thought the Earth was flat is incorrect. Columbus knew damn well the Earth was round. The Vikings had been over here 100 years earlier, and they came back and told everybody, man, we just killed a bunch of people by going achoo. Do you really think the Queen of Spain is gonna give her 3 best ships to some lunatic to fucking sail off the edge of the planet? They knew. Have you never seen a picture of Earth from space? What do you think, we got the perfect angle every fucking time? Have you never seen a lunar eclipse? Has it ever just been a line across the moon? Have you ever talked to a sailor that crossed the Atlantic? Has he ever told you about the big flip? No. Aye, 3 days into the journey, we all go, wee! Everybody thinks they're all kinds of smart now. And you're not. No one is. That's impossible. You can't be all kinds of smart. You're one kind of smart, two at best. 98% of the people in this room have an area of expertise. An area of life where you know as much, if not more, than anybody else in this room. And it could be anything. A computer system at your work, landscaping, beautician, doctor, lawyer, whatever the fuck it is. 98% of us have an area of expertise. 2% of us don't. 2% of us are complete dumb shits. And that's fine. We have to keep Buffalo Wild Wings staffed.
Fuck, I used to work at Fuck.
By the way, I did too. In college, I worked at
Really?
Buffalo.
Me too, yeah.
Yeah. That's a great bit. I mean, great. Absolutely great. I know there's more to that second part.
Right.
Because that was all set up. But this is what I'm thinking. Obviously, great jokes. There's a rock star, I guarantee, that keeps the mic in the mic stand, that moves around like that.
Yes, I was thinking that too.
He is like, he's personifying. He's
Yeah.
doing like Steven Tyler or somebody
Yes.
that he loves. I want to go see the Black Crowes or Kid Rockin' if they keep it in the mic stand and drag along, dump it like that. I guarantee it's one of his rock star buddies.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
I didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't
that
know
is
any
like a
comic that
front man
keeps it in
thing.
the mic stand. Do you
I
know?
do.
Who?
Me.
But move it around like that too?
No, not the bottom.
Yeah, the way
But
he
to
looks.
keep
the-
it stationary, that's one thing. But to keep it in and then move it around and stomp it and make it a
Yeah.
prop.
Yeah.
No, I don't do that. I move it but the bottom never leaves the spot.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right. It's very like Steven Tyler.
It is.
80s
Yeah.
arena rock type.
Yeah.
shit.
Axl Rose.
Yes.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever see the video?
I couldn't even think of an Axl Rose.
It's not Mexican.
He's not?
Axl Rose, man.
That's not Axl Rose.
Welcome to the jungle, man.
You remember he was against immigration.
Oh, that's right.
That was a big thing for
Yeah,
him,
yeah,
right?
he wanted people to get out of his way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chinese democracy, right?
Yeah,
That
well,
was the
no,
name of the
but
last
he
album.
wanted a certain groups of people to get out of his way.
Oh,
Why don't you
is he-
name them?
Yeah, why don't you name
Name them on the
said-
podcast.
So I don't remember
Good, and then
them.
we're gonna
I'm
chop
not a
this
fan
up.
of him because I disagree with his politics. All right, thanks. Next. Do we have Dusty Slay in there?
All right.
We're not having a good time.
Oh, we're
This
having a
is
bad
different.
time. All right, Reno.
I remembered one song.
Yeah.
I like also with Chris where it's almost like he's taking a bit that he's done countless times and still there's like the passion of anger during the taping.
Right.
Of like, hold on. And
Yes.
that beat, it's like the first time he wrote it
Yeah.
and did it on stage, he was genuinely pissed.
Yeah.
But you still have to commit to that delivery, right? And
Right.
he's still like flustered, half sentence, going into hold on, let me collect myself, going into the bit. It's like that's all
Right.
staged out.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
worked out already. But it still seems genuine. Which
It
I like.
does.
Yeah.
Do you think he's actually feeling the frustration as he's saying it, or it's just kind of like, this is the way I deliver it? Or do you have to summon that kind of like,
I think he summons it.
I think
especially
so.
tape day.
yeah.
There's times where you're on the road, he's probably like, I know this bit, I know when to commit,
Yeah,
I could just say it. But I guarantee on tape night,
Yeah.
he goes back to that first time that
first
he
time.
wrote it and summons the anger.
Yes.
And brings it up again. Yeah.
Yes.
I will
It's
say
genuine.
this. I have some bits that I'm angry during. Some of them I have to muster it up, but some of them I'm still really pissed
There's
about.
bits
me
you have
too.
that the staff gets angry about. Like, oh, God, his closer again?
I know.
He's doing the Laugh
Hopefully I
Factory
forget
thing
it.
again.
Again?
Here's my impression of Kramer from Seinfeld.
I wish I could do an impression of him.
Giddy up.
Boom.
Boom, 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 boom.
Well, I love Porter. I think
Yeah,
it's
me
great.
too.
I thought it was a great bit.
He's a man.
Truly enjoyed it. Smart. And then the pirate thing too. Going again. He
flip.
it could have been a one-note joke, but he rang it out.
Yeah.
All right, number 3. Here we go.
Aaron Berg.
Aaron Berg. Oh, local boy gone good. Oh no, this is Aaron Berg, New York City.
New York City.
Very Jewy. Loves crowd work. I love Aaron Berg. I think I'm pretty good at crowd work. This guy, Big J, Andrew Schultz. I'd say he's definitely top 5. He's very underrated. He's a regular at the stand.
Is this the old stand?
This is the new one.
This is the new one right here?
It looks like it so far. Maybe it is the old one. Because I don't know if that they have the black. They changed
Yeah.
the sign a few times. But former male stripper.
Oh, really?
And I had done a documentary back in the day before I left New York City in 2004 called 13 or Bust about breaking the record for most sets at 7 comedy clubs in New York City. So I did 13 sets in one night. And Aaron demolished mine by doing 25 sets in one day. So I don't know what time he started, but it's absolutely fucking bananas. Mine was scheduled. His was impromptu, just running into clubs, doing 5 minutes and then bounce, whatever. But I think he's incredibly quick, pretty dirty, which I love.
Me too.
But I just love that he's a gunslinger on stage. Have you worked with Aaron at all?
Yeah, I have. I did a show at the stand, and before that, the first time I ever met him, he was doing a sidewalk show at the stand during the pandemic, and he was just doing crowd work with people who were passing,
Sure.
like on the sidewalk in New York City, and saying insane shit, and be like, "Hey, who are you gonna vote for?" And just like,
Yeah, I love that.
yeah, I was like really taken by how.
Cavalier he is.
Yeah, cavalier and just like fearless. And,
Yeah.
which I think mean the same thing. But
But also, I think when you're in New York City, it's just such a fast-moving kind of city and town, and you're exposed
Yeah.
to every race. So you kind of become numb to pushing boundaries that you would
right,
maybe here or like,
Yeah.
you know, and like in Iowa, you're like, oh my God, should I talk to the black guy in the crowd? Or, you know, they're oohing. Maybe I should back
Right.
off. But like Aaron, I think a lot of the New York guys, they just don't give a flying fuck, which I
Yeah.
love. So let's watch a little Aaron
Yeah.
Berg here. I'm very excited to see this. I love him.
Just like to do my upper body, though. I don't like to train my legs. That takes too much time and energy, so now my upper body's all puffy. My legs are fucking tiny. You put me in a pair of tight blue jeans, I just look like a gay genie. I'm coming at you.
This is the old stand.
If
Yeah.
you're not originally from America, let me tell you what Americans are the best at in the whole wide world. Americans back me up on this. Americans are the best in the whole wide world at getting killed at all-inclusive Mexican resorts. I don't know how the numbers work out. Apparently no one's checking TripAdvisor. And you turn on the news, you hear like, today, an innocent American was shot for no reason at an all-inclusive Mexican resort. I don't know how you people are on vacation. I am pretty fucking far from innocent, okay? I am shit hammered by the time I get to LaGuardia. And then I land and I'm like, whoa! Screw this third world country! And the sand and the sun. Then I'm like, follow the leader, 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 follow the leader. I fit in. And then some guy's like, hola, senor. Maybe you would like to buy your wife a souvenir machete. And I'm like, my wife would fucking love a souvenir machete. And I buy that machete and I sit down at the bar all arrogant and I use my 10th grade Espanol. And I'm, una cerveza, por favor. He's like, sí, señor. And I'm like, una más cerveza. And he's like, sí, señor. And then I'm like, where do I find cocaine around here? I want to watch a woman do something weird with a donkey, and I want to make out with your sister for 16 pesos. And he's like, you cannot talk that way, senor. And I'm like, I can talk however the fuck I want. Because I'm from America, and I got a machete. And then, today, an innocent American was shot for no reason at an all-inclusive Mexican resort. The best part about that joke is I'm from Canada. And, yes, I just go down there and mess up your rep on the rig. I had to move here from Canada. No big break in showbiz in Canada. Look at these people. I mean, unless like Drake comes back to Degrassi. And then I get cast in my usual acting role as like rapist number 6. Me and Drake have this weird scene. He's like, what am I doing here? I'm doing me. I'm doing me. And I'm like, no, Drake, I'm doing you. Ah, flip the scrizzy, script drizzy. Oh, you're a little drippy. Pretty fucking dirty for this early in the show, isn't it? All right, let's keep going with it.
All right, Aaron Berg. Whew. I like the Mexican resort bit. It was great. It all calls back, ties up nicely, fucking funny.
Little bow on top at the end.
Yeah.
Restate the thesis at the end.
Yeah.
It's great.
Exactly.
Good stuff.
What do you think?
I felt old. Are those Drake's lyrics or something?
The Drake stuff I didn't get. Yeah.
It's Drake's
I've never listened to Drake.
It's a kind of a parody of his general vibe. Or
Oh,
his
okay.
general, yeah.
I'm with you.
His general thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't listen to a lot of hip hop, so
Yeah. It's a
that's
good
why I
Drake.
love Kramer. Just keep milking this cow. No, I just don't know enough about Drake, but I do think Aaron's great, and he's one of those guys where even when I'm watching material, I'm like, this is funny, but come on, do the other thing.
Yeah.
Do the crowd work. Shit on
Do
it.
the crowd work thing.
Yeah.
Do the crowd work thing. And that is a good bit, and I like that it just keeps. I like it's just the energy just keeps like chugging through, just like
Yeah, he's selling the bit.
Yeah.
selling everything and just like rolling into the next one and like not letting off of them. I like that.
I do too. I like that you could tell that he was. I'm pushing through. He didn't change his demeanor. Sometimes when you're not getting a reaction you want, people will kind of take it down a notch or take it way up a notch. He didn't. He just was like, no, I'm just going just like this, and you'll come with me or you won't.
Yeah.
I love that. I respect that.
Because he's like, I have 25 more spots today.
Right.
Yeah. Like this is.
But also the fact that he referenced it. He's like a little dirty to be this early in the show. So I think that's why maybe he's even selling it a bit more up top.
right.
Because when you're the first or second comic on a showcase show, yeah, you got to kind of win them over. They're still cold.
Yeah.
They're still
Yeah.
getting warmed up and stuff. So he's the perfect guy. That's probably why they put him at the beginning, because he brings a certain energy like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking loud as shit, right?
They got the ghost of Ralphie May.
That's his stomach growling. Even in heaven.
Holy shit.
That's what I tell my kids when they hear thunder. They're like, is God bowling? I'm like, no, it's Ralphie's tummy. Come on, player.
Come on, player. You want to do some rocks, player?
All right. Well, one of us is always on the hook here at the end. So let's see who this is. I've been dodging bullets lately, Taylor. So let's see. The last one I had, I shit on myself so fucking hard. So fuck.
There you go. Good.
God damn it! I really thought it was gonna be Reno this time.
I stopped putting anything up. I took everything off of YouTube. Eventually, I will have one video.
It's just the Laugh Factory video.
All right, let's just fucking get into this. I can tell this is from JFL in Montreal. So
Nice.
How are you?
Shout out to all the new JFL new faces this year.
Chris D'Elia was hosting that one, I think.
This show?
Yeah.
To be here. Thank you so much, Montreal. A little bit something about me. I recently turned 40. Let me tell you something about turning 40. When you turn 40, you will hear this in your life, and hopefully the rest of your life. You look good for 40. You look good for 52. You look good for 63. You never hear that when you're young. You never hear, you look good for 19. If you hear you look good for 19, guess what? You look like shit for 19. Shouldn't hear it. I definitely embrace that I'm 40. I accept that I'm 40. I know this. It's over. It's over. No more medium t-shirts for this guy. No. Those days are long gone. Saturday rolls around, a buddy calls you up. Hey, we getting drunk tonight? We're not. You can. What are you doing? Well, there's a 2-hour dateline is what I'm gonna do. I gotta solve a murder with Lester Holt. That's what's my Saturday. I don't want to come off as grim or negative, but once I turn 40, I accept death a little more. Because you know when you're 20, you're 30, you want to backpack Europe, you want to skydive, you want to experience life. Once I turn 40, I'm like, anytime now, honestly. I am tired all day. I am exhausted. I daydream about lying down under things. I'm like, right there, that table. I could lie down under that table. I'd be very comfortable. This is what I truly mean, though. If I go to a gas station, I swipe my card at the pump, and then it says, please come inside, see a tenant, I'd rather die than go inside and see that tenant. I'd rather get my car and drive 3 miles to another gas station than walk 10 yards in your piece of crap place of business because you can't fix the pump. I'll take death. It definitely took me 40 years to realize where I stand politically. I think some people know right out of the gate. Some folks are influenced by their parents. Me, it took me 40 years. You know, nowadays somebody's like, hey, what's your take on the death penalty? How do you feel about the presence of the United States in the Middle East? What's your stance on abortion? Here's my take on all those and more. I don't give a shit. None of those things apply to my daily life. I don't know anybody on death row. The Middle East's been fighting for thousands of years. We're not going to change that. And thank God my daughter's not old enough to fuck. So I just don't care about any of those things, truly. Here's the pressing issues in my life. My back's going. My vision's going. My wife doesn't think I give her enough back massages. I've been putting off an oil change for 2 months. Is my engine going to blow today? I don't know. I'll roll the dice again. My daughter's 3 years old, and she won't stop spreading her legs in public. These are the issues that keep me up at night, guys.
Okay, we did it. Well, that was at the time you think it's like, oh, okay. Even like when I'm hearing that, I know what the different. When you're doing a TV set, I'm knowing where the beats are that I cleaned it up.
Yeah.
And then you lose the punch.
Dude, I could tell you were trying to not, and we all have those sets. Everybody has TV, you know, where it's like, normally I'd say this, but today I'm gonna, and then the fudge fiddlesticks. You know what I mean? Like it's like, and then they kind of, you know, like, oh God, I want to hammer you people, but I can't. You know, that kind of little. But it was good, dude. I mean, it's very.
It's weird when you have like swear words, right? It is like bringing a sledgehammer to the fight as opposed to a ball-peen hammer.
Right.
It just, you lose some of the sting with some of it. And I'm not saying you should swear. There's comics that don't swear at all, like Brian Regan the Kill. But I think when you're doing the bits, you know this fuck accentuates that a little harder. And it's not negating the set. It just I also think, like, when I'm watching, I'm like, boy, you're talking so fucking fast.
Dude, I think the same thing, especially on TV. I always like, because it's like 7 minutes or 4 minutes, or even if it's 20 minutes. For some reason, and I'll tell myself before, I'm not trying to make this all about me. We were watching you.
No.
But it's like once I get there, it's like I'm trying to cram 10 minutes into 7. Or 6 into 4. Or I have this one shot to really just wham, and then nobody understands anything I'm saying. Because I'm like, good night. And it's like, what did you even do? You know? You didn't seem that way, but that's what I do. Like it's just hard to, when you have your normal voice and your normal expression night after night after night, and then they're like, okay, come on TV, but change it.
Right, exactly.
It makes you go, well, I don't know if I can, you know, like 7 minutes for me is so hard.
Sure.
I'd rather do 2 hours than 7 minutes.
Yeah, because you're compacting everything.
Right.
It's like asking a woman to pack for the weekend.
Right.
It's like, oh, I'm going to bring everything. I'm bringing 2. You just need 1 suitcase.
Right.
What are you doing?
Right.
Carry on. We don't have to check bags.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you, and it's funny because when I was gearing up to film this next one, I went back and watched all my old ones and was like, okay, what do you hate about these that you can fix? And one of them was just this rapid fire, like feel the need to just like fill the void. It's just like, no, if the material's good enough, you should be able to just let it marinate, sit out there and relax a bit. So I've been like consciously taking my foot off the gas pedal and going, okay, take your time, relax, you're fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to speed through this shit. So that's the first thing I think about when I watch it. And then I watch it, I'm like, there's some good bits, and there's good, but they're not like fucking life defining. They're not like when I watch Kinane, I'm like, oh my God, like I could see Mitch Hedberg saying that. When I watch this, I'm like, I don't think of any of the greats. You know, I'm just like, it's a good bit. But like there was a bit I saw recently where I was like, oh my God, that's as good of a bit as I've seen anybody say. And the first person I thought of was like Chris Rock saying that bit.
Right.
And I don't have any of those in this clip. You know, it's a high standard to hold yourself to. You know what I mean?
I do. I think the gas attendant part is kind of Louis. And I think that the daughter spreading the legs part is also kind of Louis, to be honest with you.
Well, that
That's how
daughter
I
spread
see-
my leg. Well, thank you though.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
appreciate
Yeah,
that. But
yeah,
but my daughter literally.
He meant Louis Anderson.
I mean, Louis. Anderson.
Next on the feud. I remember I was in a pitch meeting one time. We were talking about late night talk shows. I was like, oh, nobody's better than Carson. And the whole team of the other, they're like, Carson's the greatest. I'm like, undeniably. I mean, Carson Daly's been doing it for 3 years. And he's already. They're like, it's a fucking
Carson
joke.
wins.
Yeah, I'm
That guy's
kidding.
great. That's great.
But dude, also it's so hard to watch yourself.
It is. It's
Dude,
never
it's-
easy.
It's
yeah.
impossible.
Yeah.
I
really
don't
is.
watch myself. I don't listen to it.
Yeah.
I don't, because there's something. Did this thing of pulling my shirt up, and I made this face, and I had my eyes crossed, and this stupid. And somebody took a picture of it at a show, and the promoter put it online. I'm like, take that down now. That is not going to be on
That's your new
anything.
headshot.
Get it
Yeah.
off. I don't want it to ever be, because I don't want to see myself or hear myself.
Right.
Because I'll dick with it too much, and I'll
Sure.
maneuver it, and I'll be like, don't do that. You look like crap. But if people are laughing, that's what I want.
Right. Of
course,
So if
yeah.
they're laughing, I don't want to see it and change it and go, oh, well, don't do that or be thinking about
Right.
it.
That's
Why
your
would I
job.
make it better?
Yeah. I don't think it gets better though. No, I think for me it makes it worse.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
yeah,
then I pull the reins back. Like, God, I remember how stupid my face
And you'll
looked
be
when
in
I
your
did
head.
that.
You'll be in your
and then
head
so
like
I don't
at a taping.
Right.
You'll be like,
Yeah.
am I doing the thing right now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just never look at yourself.
This rubbing my
I rub the belly too.
dude, I do too, and I've
do the
done
Al
it
Bundy?
forever. Dude, I've always, I don't know if it's nerves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've always like been like,
Well, it's self-soothing.
yeah.
It's a
That's
comfort.
what it is.
It's
You're
a
comforting
comfort
yourself.
thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like Bill Maher before he does every show, he's got to jerk off.
Yeah.
He's self-soothing himself. Yeah.
That's why he's so smug.
just-
He's got the smugness of a guy who recently came.
Who just yeah.
New
Yeah.
rules.
All right. Well, we really did it. We
We did
plowed
it.
through it.
That was a good one.
I got to thank our sponsor.
Let's do it.
Okay. Please don't.
I'm
Oh, this is going to
listen,
be
man,
great.
I'm gonna let you
no,
do
no,
it.
let's.
Here we go. Okay. Camp Lejeune Justice Act 2022. For many years between 1853 to 1987, Marines, their family members, and infant children were exposed to contaminated drinking water at Camp Lejeune, including all satellite camps. Many were sickened and died unnecessarily because of the groundwater contamination. If you or your loved one lived or served at Camp Lejeune, call us now for information and legal help. You may be eligible for significant financial compensation. Call the Office of Environmental Litigation Group at 888-660-2492. Again, that's 888-660-2492, 888-660-2492. So that's our sponsor. And
Sue
we
the
want to thank them.
Sue the collector and sue the military too.
Sue the collector and sue the military. That's right. Yeah.
Fight the repo man.
But we got to
Sue the
thank
Marines.
Taylor, George,
Hoorah!
Chance Willie once again, Reno Collier.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys again. We'll see you next week. Again, Comedy Pinata, and follow these guys on social media.
ChanceWillie.com for all dates. Oh, there's Ralphie.
Yep, there we go. Okay. Good night, everybody. Goodbye.
That was fun.